Hey guys. Yes, I'm still on this. And I'm not even gonna come close to getting over it. You see what just happened right there? That is Jimmie Johnson's statistic lore in a nutshell. Exiting the light after I saw him win at Dover in person, and entering the night as soon as he had that violent crash at Pocono, which theoretically or superstitiously ended his winning days. My heart has been in oblivion ever since that devastating choke. I don't know what to tell you guys. All I can do is just tell you the same stuff I've already told you over and over again. Every time I'm optimistic, I always feel like he's getting better and better and better. He may have a chance of winning, and then he gets wrecked out. 7 championships is still a damn good number, though. I don't think anyone anytime soon in the NASCAR Cup Series will surpass that number at all. If Jimmie can't do it, I'm pretty sure someone eventually in the future can. Every time, there's always this faint glimmer of hope. Anytime he's up towards the front, there's always something striking him in the nuts, completely out of his control. I've been a dejected NASCAR fan since 2018, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse down the line, and I am still not feeling any better about it. I now officially feel like Jeff Gordon's choke to his 2014 championship, which he deserved far more than anyone on the planet, feels so far away now. I'm still not over that one, but that's not to say that that's the primary elephant currently in the room right now. I'm actually honestly quite happy that where Jeff Gordon is, he's podium on the win list, but Jimmie Johnson, on the other hand, he's had 119 races to finally tie Allison and Waltrip, and still we get the same bullshit every fucking time. Every goddamn nuclear fire-breathing time. Every goddamn motherfucking time. It's always the same fucking choke. Every fucking time. I don't know what to say to you guys anymore other than the fact that let's hope that Jimmie Johnson would at least have a very few exceptional finishes. A lot of people will come to me and say that Jimmie Johnson still has his 7 championships to brave the storm or take the heat off, our heat off of Jimmie Johnson's piss poor not performances, but finishes. But I'm about as dejected as one can be. For a 7-time champion, all of us were expecting that Jimmie Johnson would have a proper send-off. Because every other legend we've known in recent years had their proper send-off. Even though Matt Kenseth has gone back to full-time following Kyle Larson's big mistake, at least he won a race before he hung it up with Joe Gibbs. I mean, he was still racing in NASCAR, he just wasn't doing full-time afterwards. But nonetheless, that still is a hell of a lot better of a send-off than what Jimmie's getting. As I've said ad nauseum, Jeff Gordon got his amazing send-off by participating in the Final Four, by punching his ticket at Martinsville thanks to a lot of his rivals wrecking out, whether it be Brad Keselowski having problems, Clint Boyer wrecking out, Matt Kenseth intentionally dumping Joey Logano because of how much of a punk he was, you name it. Tony Stewart had the balls to put the pedal to the metal and trade paint with Denny Hamlin at Sonoma. Where's my beautiful send-off? Where's my beautiful send-off for Jimmie Johnson? I mean, I got mine with Jeff Gordon. If there was anything I was proud as a Jeff Gordon fan back then, is that he at least got one more victory at Martinsville, no less. And even participated in the Final Four. And a lot of people tell me this to feel better, that people as Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans felt the same way when he had a piss poor send off, which I agree with, but I hate to be a negative Nate here or whatever the fuck it is that you call it, but I kind of expected Dale Jr. to be just on and off with his performances, especially when he's had a lot of bad concussions over the years. Especially starting from his 2002 Auto Club wreck, and then 2012 Talladega was pretty bad too. So that was kind of expected, but Jimmie Johnson, like, what the fuck happened to him? Did he, like, put 10,000 mirrors in a gigantic trash compactor or something? Where did all this bad luck come from? At this point, I am dreading over the fact that Jimmie Johnson fucked up at the Charlotte Roval. He really should have just moved Martin Truex Jr. out of the way rather than fucking up the chicane. Ah! I'm sorry, I'm dreading. A lot of people will tell me to get over and not dwell. But again, I've already explained this. We've all been through this. There's a difference between dwelling and not getting over something. Not getting over something means you will never forgive a stupid moment, and that you will never come to terms with how ridiculous something that has struck you, or never ever come to terms on a permanent shit stain that has been left on you or someone that you genuinely love. Dwelling on it means it's all you can think about, even at the most incongruous scenarios possible. Like, if I were thinking about some traumatizing moment that happened to me, during my first few years of college, or when my YouTube channel was suspended while I was having fun at Disney World, then that would be dwelling. Not getting over is a completely different beast. And I'm most likely not going to get over it until for the case of Jeff Gordon's unnecessary choke, if NASCAR ditches the fucking shit out of the chase, or the playoffs rather, since they don't call it the chase anymore, considering people will now officially feel confused between chase as in the playoffs chase and the actual driver Chase Elliott or Chase Briscoe for the lower series driver. I don't know what to tell you guys, because it's driving me freaking crazy. At this point, I don't even care anymore. A win is irrelevant for me. I've been hoping for that one more win, and instead I keep getting constant choke after constant choke. He was only one lap away towards getting stage points at Darlington, and that most likely would have benefited him at Daytona, and most likely would have been one of the best comebacks of all time, but alas, he just had to tangle with a fucking lapped car. Or if NASCAR didn't cherry pick their penalties at Charlotte, or if the coronavirus didn't slap Jimmy in the balls, there's no way in honest fucking hell am I gonna ever get over this. Even if the coronavirus is cured, or eradicated, rather, sorry. Even if NASCAR no longer cherry picks their penalties, the damage is done. You've already ruined Jimmie Johnson hard and embarrassingly enough. What's there to repair? Nothing. Nothing at all. A win is irrelevant. I've been way over it for so long now. I'm so over it. I don't care if he even... whatever. When he does good, I'm not gonna hype up, because I know it's just gonna be the same shit. Again and again and again, and it drives me freaking crazy. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Because obviously, this is the thing about being a sports fan. None of it is in your control, no matter how superstitious you really are. This year really has done all but sicken me to the core. Take the life of my 2 pets. Make me become the victim of recession. Destroy my Chernobyl excursion that I've been craving for ever so long and have mentioned several times here and there in my videos without it being the core topic of my video. Ruin all my heavy metal concerts, as I've already mentioned ad nauseum. Ruined my master plans to see as many NASCAR races as possible to enjoy my last moments of seeing Jimmie Johnson race on the fucking track. Like, at least I saw Jeff Gordon get the Iron Man title in person. My experience as a Jeff Gordon fan had a much better, beautiful send-off than this pile of horse shit. Like, can you just leave Jimmie Johnson the fuck alone? Seriously, you've already ruined him. And it's no wonder that he still plans to retire after 2020, because you've pretty much infected him with the Mark Martin and Carl Edwards syndrome, where they just up and decided, you know what, NASCAR? I've had enough with your bullshit. I've had enough of your consistencies of fucking me out of everything, harassing me in every scenario, in every fucking chance that you get, fucking me out of a win over bullshit rules of yours. I'm done. I can't take it anymore, and it's ridiculous. Go fuck yourselves. That's exactly what Jimmie Johnson's saying to NASCAR, because NASCAR just is obsessed with cherry picking their fucking penalties and punishments on so many drivers, when drivers obviously have done much worse than the ones that they're penalizing. Like Kevin Harvick at the 2015 Talladega race, or the multitude of bullshit that Kyle Busch has done over the last several years. I, by the way, am fine with Harvick, so don't jump on my shit. I don't know what else to do, because the damage is done. You've done so much bullshit to the point where I cannot forgive it. Ever. Ever. There's no way I'm gonna forgive this year. In any way, shape, form, or fashion. Because you have robbed so much of what I planned, including trying to meet Jimmie Johnson, might I add, when I tried to save enough money for the garage passes, but alas, the social distancing ordeal. You know, I don't know something. Not a single light is on in where I am, because I'm parked in arguably the darkest place of my neighborhood. I'm parked in a church where there's no source of light at all, because this is essentially a dark time for me and everyone else. And the only source of light I am seeing right now is my phone. Obviously, you guys can't see me because all of what we're facing is darkness and madness. You can say that Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney winning races are good sources of remedy, but at what cost? That doesn't bring Jimmie Johnson any victories. The only way I can justify 2020 being at all exceptional, or any kind of special quality to it is that Kyle Busch is winless so far. But at what cost? But at what exact cost? There's still 10 more races for him to pull a victory out of his ass. So, as exciting as it may seem that he is now earned himself a winless regular season, there's still a chance where he can just yank a win straight out of his ass, or if NASCAR just cherry picks their fucking cautions. I've been really dealing with one of the biggest what if traumas. What if you win and you're in rule was non-existent? What if Jimmie Johnson was not penalized at Charlotte? What if the bullshit coronavirus didn't strike him in the balls at Indianapolis? Or what if he didn't get that false positive, might I add? Or might I correct myself? My bad. I can't express enough how dismal I really am. You thought Dale Earnhardt Jr. missing the chase, his final year was melancholic? Why don't you try a 7-time champion, no less, that we all thought was invincible during his dynasty, missing the playoffs for a second consecutive year due to bullshit for the second year in a row because he was forced to the rumble strips at Indianapolis, and he was caught up in other people's messes at Darlington and Bristol. Bullshit out of his control that he had less than zero control over. Fuck me. Fuck everything. I don't know what else to do or hope for. I'm a hopeless mess. Everything around me is hopeless. This is pretty much my apocalypse. No Metallica reference intended. My exceptional day as a Jimmie Johnson fan, one last exceptional day as a Jimmie Johnson, is the day that never comes. No, the sunshine never comes. Ash to ash, dust to dust, fade to black like his dynasty. Gone insane, but the memory of his legacy remains. Na, will he win again? No, he fucking won't, because it's fucking 2020. Because no one will leave him the fucking hell alone. Because everyone is obsessed with bullying the shit out of Jimmie Johnson. That is fucking why he chooses to retire after this fucking disaster of a season. I'm ready for it to end. Shit. What exactly can I hope for at this point? The only fantasy I have left of Jimmie Johnson making a comeback at fucking all is seeing him channel his inner Dale Earnhardt Sr. and dumping Kyle Busch or whatever rogue driver on the track on the final lap, much like what Dale Earnhardt Sr. did to Terry Labonte at Bristol in 1999, or just channeling his Dale Sr. attitude in general by just moving people out of the way that have fucked him over for so many fucking years. That is like the last fantasy I have left as Jimmie Johnson making a fantasy comeback. I remember seeing a meme saying that people thinking Jimmy will win again are the same as little girls believing in unicorns. And you know, first of all, little girls believing in unicorns is a dogshit comparison, especially that would imply that little girls believing in unicorns or little girls' relationship with well, not relationship, sorry. The little girls loving unicorns would suggest that they have seen unicorns in person 83 times, with them riding alicorns 7 times. So obviously that's a completely false comparison by default, especially when it suggests that little girls have seen unicorns 83 times in person before and rode an alicorn 7 times in their lives. So you gotta think again what that means. Second of all, Jimmie Johnson has, you know what, to sound a little bit more optimistic, just because you lose, it doesn't mean you're a failure. Jimmie Johnson has here and there gave it his all, especially ever since the white scheme came back, and especially when he's come so close to winning only for bullshit luck to strike him out. Darlington, Kansas, Kentucky, Texas, both last year and this year. The Rose Bowl 2 years ago. You know what, I'm getting a bit long-winded. I'm just dejected. I don't know what else to hope for other than Jimmie Johnson channeling his inner Dale Earnhardt Sr. at Darlington to really go all out with his 7-time champion hybrid paint scheme, attributing to the 2 men before him, the 2 7-time champions before him. So, let's see what the fuck he'll even do at Darlington, as Darlington has not been kind to him since 2014. 2015, he spun out. 2016, he hit the inside retaining wall. 2016 was still a pretty damn good year for him, as he still won the championships. May have been the worst average finish for a champion of all time, but it's still an amazing comeback nonetheless. Still at 5 wins, which was pretty much a common quantity of victories for a champion in NASCAR in the modern times. So it was good enough for me. And in 2015, despite some people saying that his broken rear axle at Dover is what made his season awful, but I don't exactly agree, because especially the first half of 2015 seemed like he was a top 5 contender for the points until it came crashing down at Dover, and then he was able to squeeze in one more victory by kicking Brad Keselowski's ass at Texas. And even if 2017 may at the time looked like he wanted his worst season of all time, even though he had only one more win than he did in 2011, I would still take an inconsistent year over a suckage year any second. There's a big difference between being inconsistent and sucking. Sucking is when you don't live up to the average standards of statistics. Being inconsistent is when you are not being the same decent quality throughout an entire season and or career or whatever the hell. Casey Kane in 2006 was inconsistent. Casey Kane in 2015 sucked. There you go. You now know the difference. Anyways, since I've got a little bit long-winded, I don't know exactly what else to hope for Jimmie Johnson, as it's just gonna be another winless 10 seasons or whatever the fuck. I always deep down inside hope that he would surprisingly win a race or whatever the fucking hell every time he gets better and better and better and better with his performances, but that only slaps me right across the face, or rakes me across the eyes, or stabs me in the fucking balls with tacks with the most 1 in a quintillion bullshit luck ever. See you later, guys. Have a good fucking night or morning or whatever the fuck, because I'm just dejected. You can say I can't dwell on the past, but It's NASCAR's fault for having their heads so deep into their ass they can smell the most lethal source of gas possible that could fucking kill them. I'm not going to get over it until NASCAR becomes exceptional again. Make NASCAR great again. Make NASCAR great again. Alright, this time for real, I'm finishing the video. May the shit be with you guys, because this shit just hit the fan. Huge time.